was called to be in the Provo MTC for 3 weeks, and then for the Guatemala MTC for 6 weeks. So I think they're doing that to help us transition from American culture to Latin culture, and also it really helps with the language to be surrounded by other people from Central America that speak Spanish. But I saw a really big difference between those two MTCs, and I think it'd be really good to talk about, because I loved both of my experiences. But when I was in the Provo MTC, I absolutely loved it. I felt a lot of pressure on myself to learn the language, which I'm sure is normal for any missionary. You feel like you're drowning and that you're never going to learn that language, and it's really humbling, and I learned to just humble myself to the dust and pray for help. But I think I had a really great teacher who made us jump really quickly. He had us teaching really fast in our language when we really didn't have basic verb structure down, and so that was really hard for me, and sometimes I had my moments where I wanted to give up. But overall, it was a really heightened spiritual experience for me. I felt like spiritually I was so sharpened, and I loved that. And I loved my district. It's like this mini family, and that was the best for me, and I enjoyed it so much. When I went to Guatemala, it was a little bit different. You go from this really large MTC community that's really energetic, and to this really small, it felt like a nice Mormon hotel. It was nice, but it was really tiny and closed off with barbed wire. And, the culture shock is that there are men outside with guns guarding the gas station right in front of the temple. And it's just like different. And the basketball court looks like a prison court because it has that barbed wire and prison feel. And so I did get a little stir crazy for the size, but, and it was different. Just, we had our Latin America, or like Latina companions. So I had the same companion from the Provo MTC, and we were in the same class together. But then at lunchtime or dinner or other activities, we switched to be with our Latina companions. So I had a companion from Nicaragua, and then later a companion from Honduras. And so that was really cool. We couldn't communicate very well at that point, but I love them because there's so much more ways of communicating besides verbally. That was good for me to hear the words that were actually said and not the book Spanish words that you're taught, or the false Spanish that you're hearing in Provo. So it's really good.